So hello guys, and welcome to round 4 of the F1 2019 career mode, and we are here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Baku. And in the second practice session, Vettel went fastest with us in 18th, so it's not too good. And about the invitational event from China, we did not, I think we forgot to record it somewhere, I don't know, I couldn't find the recording, so it's not included. And also practice 1 highlights, I didn't have practice 1 there as well, so kind of strange, but we're going to update our durability on the car and also the aerodynamics, because the next race after back in Spain, and Spain involves a lot of downforce, so front downforce upgrade will be there for Spain. Here we are in practice 3. We have passed all of the practice programs except for the ERS management, because I don't want to do ERS management. For some reason I just don't want to. So there you go, that's something. Yeah, so practice 3 we're at the end of it, and and in practice 3 we actually went into P2 there, second place. So.
The fun doesn't stop here though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
So in practice 3 we were in second place there with 8 tenths behind Sebastian Vettel, and Alex Albon was in P15, which is not too good from him there, so interesting. Our resource points for practice 3, we got for passing them we got 30, and for perfecting them we got 40 the practice programs, so we got a total 145, taking us to 1,610, because we used some upgrades on we used some resource points on the upgrades just then. On the downforce and the durability, so and we're moving to veteran status probably in a couple of seasons, but we're still on the rookie status right now, so there you go. So we are almost into the qualifying session. Everyone's wishing us good luck, and for the weather forecast the session, it's going to be a dry quali, but it's going to be a dry race as well, but wet at the end, so there you go. It's very interesting. So let's head to qualifying now here in Baku.
The circuit has rubbed in with practice, but this is still going to be a difficult session for our drivers as they fight for pole position. Welcome to qualifying here in Azerbaijan. It always looked like the kind of track that asks an awful lot of the rear tyres, such as the frequency of low-speed exits.
No matter how good a driver is at managing their throttle application to limit rear slip, they can't always overcome a car that's inherently bad at looking after its rear tyres. Here we have a lot of low-speed corner exits, which means a whole load of energy, heat and tyre wear.
So here we are in the garage for the qualifying session here in Baku, round number 4 of this F1 2019 career mode, and we are just finishing our first run now on the medium tyres, and we go onto the long straight here in Baku. It's going to be a very popular overtaking place, probably the only overtaking place, who knows. But here we go onto the straight, where we're going to be on these medium tyres. It's going to be a 142.3, putting us 8th. And 8th being the last of the slowest, the last of the runners so far, I think. Case, obviously because we're on the mediums. And now onto our soft run now with 5 minutes left in this session, with Hamilton on pole at the moment. We have got one Williams ahead of us, both Williams, who are actually last at the moment. As we said before, the mediums were the last. So here we go, starting a lap now into turn 1, braking down to 3rd gear. We're already a 10th up, 2 tenths up on our time. Now into turn 2, braking down to 2nd gear, hitting the curb, and don't hit too much though. It's now onto the second long straight of this track. It's this street circuit, which is probably my favourite street circuit on the calendar. Coming into turn 3, braking down to 2nd gear once again. Just missed the apex, but we did nail the corner still. Into turn 4, another 2nd gear corner. As now coming into the chicane, 3rd gear, and now down to 2nd for the other part of the chicane. It's now almost hit the wall on the exit of that corner. And we're coming into the slowest corner of this Baku circuit, into 2nd gear. We did not get the best corner there. We ran a bit wide. Now into the castle section up the hill, third gear. Oh, don't hit the wall, of course. Second gear, and now back up second gear again for the last part of the castle section. Now we go flat out in this last sector. Here we go flat out through here, 7th, and now 8th through here, and now into turn 15. We did not hit the curb there, but we've gone down to second gear, as now we are 1.5 seconds up. Let's see what we can do here. Now into turn 16, to the curb, third gear as well, and now we're absolutely flat out now onto the straight, left and then right, flat out now onto the pit straight, long pit straight. Where are we going to be on the soft front? Where will this put us? On the grid, here we go, across the line, and this is going to put us into 15th. So P15, that is not the greatest position, but we'll take it, I guess. P15 is where we're going to be, unless we are qualified. And now we are back in the garage with 12 seconds to go, and we are currently in 17th, so we could even drop further down the order. Alex Albon 15th, so he's going to out-qualify us.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind
and there we go, there you have it, that's the end of qualifying here in Baku. And Lewis Hamilton.
We're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
Lewis Hamilton will grab pole from Valtteri Bottas and Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc. They're close to the top 4. Sergio Perez in 5th for Racing Point, then Max Verstappen, Pierre Gasly, Lance Stroll, Kimi Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo, Romain Grosjean, Lucas Faber, David Butler, Kevin Magnussen, Lando Norris, Nico Hulkenberg, Alex Albon 17th, me in 18th, Kubica in 19th, and Russell in 20th. So we're ahead of the two Williams at least, but we are 17th and 18th. Not the greatest quality for the Toro Rossos, but take it, I guess. Here we go for the rivalry. We're winning against Alex Albon, but as our rival was Lucas Faber, we picked him after the Chinese Grand Prix. We are losing against him at the moment. We are qualified by him. Our resource points after qualifying here in Baku are 100 resource points, so we got to 1,710. And only Williams has gained reputation from our thing.
Bad luck in qualifying. Not exactly ideal, but there's no points for Saturday. Keep a cool head and make up for it in the race.
Yeah, we'll try and make up for it in the race. Thanks for that. As now, yeah, we can see that it is going to be a wet race at the end. It's going to be wet at the end of this race, so it's going to be very interesting. And Jeff's just giving us tips. ERS to hot lap mode at the start. That's it's not exactly the best idea. So let's go to the race now then in Baku.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. The Baku City Circuit measures roughly 6 kilometers and is made up of 20 corners and 2 DRS zones. The circuit winds around the narrow city, through the old town, and even brushes against the city's medieval walls. However, as beautiful as the setting is, this track is also a ferocious technical challenge, where the smallest of mistakes could lead to catastrophic consequences for all of our drivers. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once again by Anthony Davidson. Now, let's talk about Charles Leclerc. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Perez, Max Verstappen, and Gasly, Stroll, Raikkonen, Ricciardo, and Romain Grosjean, Hamilton, Faber, Devon Butler, and Norris. Hulkenberg, Albon, Johansson, and Robert Kubica. Russell and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. And with preparation Preparations almost complete. Let's head down to the track.
Not a great starting position for us, but hopefully we can improve the situation throughout the race.
No, not really a great starting position for us, Jeff, but we'll try and make a comeback through the field. I'm good at those in Baku because I've had league races where I've come from like the very back with a bad start, and then I came through to almost take a podium. That was 2018, as in the year 2018, and also the race in F1 2018 in Baku in BRL Season 3. So yeah, that was a good race. Almost third, but I got fourth in that race. So here we go on the formation lap of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix, round 4 of the season, and we're behind Alex Albon. We had to wait a while there because of the fact that we're at the back. And we're actually starting 17th because Magnussen has a grid penalty, so we're actually starting 17th, and Albon is 16th. So there you go. That's happened. Weaving on the straight now in a formation lap, and into turn 3, almost running into the back of Albon. We're just doing that to warm up our tyres. We're excessively weaving to warm up our tyres, and we almost run to the back of Albon as well, so there you go. How to heat up your tyres is like not smooth steering, so that's what I'm doing here. So it's not smooth steering, is not so smooth. It's smooth operator or smooth operator. Why am I saying that when I'm not in McLaren? Only in AFR coming up season. I'm in the McLaren. See that around the 12th or the 13th. Or well, it's on the 12th races, but anyway, we are lining up on the grid here in Baku, round 4 of the season. My favourite street circuit of the season is this track. And here we go, the lights are coming on for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And it's away we go here in Baku, and it's a decent start from us there, but now Albon, we're tugging back into the slipstream of him. Into turn 1 we go. And Hulkenberg is side by side with Lando Norris up ahead. Now we are going side by side with Albon through turn 1, but he doesn't quite get the move. And oh, we've run into the back of Norris there. Does that give us damage? No, it doesn't. Wow, that was very lucky there that we did not get damage from Lando Norris. As now here we go, we're slipstreaming Alex Albon down towards turn 3, and we are on overtake mode now to the outside of Albon. Coming into turn 3, we're going to go around the outside of him, and there's contact. And Albon, I think, hit the wall on the inside and ran into the side of our car. Albon has damage to his car, so that he's going to have to pit. So that is an unfortunate start for Albon there, but we've had a decent start there. Gained 1 place on our teammate Alex Albon. That was his own fault. He went into the inside wall. He went on the inside wall and hit the inside wall and ran into me and damaged his wing. So that happened. So let's see a replay of that. Yeah, Albon did hit the inside wall and lost a bit of airplay. So that's his mistake. That's not my fault at all. I even gave him space, so I even gave him space to like fight me, and he still hit me. So there you go. So here we go. Lando Norris is ahead of us. We're gaining on him on the straight very quickly, but now coming down towards turn 1 and into turn 1 now. And Lando Norris is almost being overtaken, but not quite there. So we are all over the back of the McLaren. Do not hit the back of Norris again, just like a lap 1. It's now lap 3. We have DRS enabled, and we're actually saving our ERS right now. And you can see a battle up ahead. I'm not sure who it's between, but I think it's between the other McLaren of Butler. No, it's not. Grosjean and Hulkenberg are the ones battling there. As now we go on the outside of Lando Norris coming into this corner. And they're going to go for the switchback there as Norris hits the curb. And we've actually got the move done there on Lando Norris. So that's not really a popular overtaking place, but we've managed to make a move there into 15th place on Lando Norris. As now onto lap 3, we are behind the Haas of Romain Grosjean coming onto the pit straight now. We have the DRS available on the Haas of Romain Grosjean. We're going to go to the inside of him onto the straight, and that's going to be an easy move there. Grosjean even has DRS, but we've still sped past him. And that's us up into P14. We've got Hulkenberg ahead in the Renault, and we've also got Devin Butler, and we've also got Lucas Weber. So we've got F2 rivals ahead of Nico Hulkenberg there. But now can Grosjean use the DRS to get back at us? Coming down towards turn 3, no, he not quite there. He was having a little look, but he doesn't quite make the move. Now coming into this corner, and Grosjean got back past us on lap 5. Now onto the straight with DRS, we're going to get a huge slipstream here. At least 3 cars are going to have slipstream on. So Raikkonen is going to be side by side with the Renault of Hulkenberg, Grosjean, and Max Verstappen is out of this race, and we have a safety car deployed in Baku. That is not really surprising, considering a street circuit is often causing safety cars. So Max Verstappen out of this race in the Red Bull. He was chasing down Sergio Perez in the racing point, and he was actually trying to overtake him, but then his car has failed in the middle of him overtaking. So his car has just suddenly slowed down, and that means that Pierre Gasly in the other Red Bull will be chasing down Perez. And there's a Mercedes running into the back of Max Verstappen there. So that might have caused the safety car, the debris from that. Is it Lewis Hamilton who's just ran into the back of Max Verstappen? So there you go, we have a second safety car in 2 races after the safety car in China, after Sebastian Vettel retiring from the race, giving Leclerc the win. So this is the second safety car in 2 races. As we pit under the safety car there, so that's a good, smart choice, I think. The Renault also pits. We're going to go onto the hard tyres to go to the end. Although the end of the race is going to be wet, so we might not make it on the hards to the end, obviously, without going onto the inches. So we have a safety car, the second safety car in a row in 2 races. So this is going to be exciting now. This race here in Baku. P17. We are in P17 at the moment, lap 7. This Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We are now under fresh hard tyres. And I'm sure other people are going to pit. Nope, safety car is coming in this lap. So, we are getting ready to restart this race. Daniel Ricciardo is ahead of us in the Renault. He's slowing down there. I don't know why he's slowing down, because it said prepare to resume racing. And now on the inside of Daniel Ricciardo, now we have immediately overtaken him into turn 1, but now on the inside of Lance Stroll and also Kubica on the inside. We didn't quite get past Kubica, but we're going to get past Stroll on the inside into turn 2. Yes, we do. We're going to go on the inside of Lance Stroll into turn 2, and we get into 15th place. And now the next driver is Robert Kubica in the Williams. He's on the mediums at the moment. He's going for the 2-stop strategy. Soft, medium, of course. But we're doing the 1-stop. But we probably won't be doing a 1-stop due to the weather later on in the race. We are catching up to Robert Kubica in the Williams right now. As now on to lap 9 of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and onto the straight now. We're going to catch Robert Kubica onto the pit straight. A couple of people are going to pit for sure. Mercedes at the back, I think, was Lewis Hamilton indeed. So there were a couple of people pitting there, including Magnussen and Grosjean. So here we go, slipstreaming Robert Kubica down towards turn 1. We're going to go to the outside of him through turn 1. We're going to go round the outside of him into turn 1, and we get into 10th place. We get into the points, but that was because people had pitted. So, and now George Russell is in 9th place, so the Williams are doing really well at the moment, 9th and 11th. For their standards, it's very good. It's now coming onto the straight again on lap 11, And we're going to have the DRS available now. I think it's actually starting to rain. It's actually starting to rain now. So we might actually be on the Inters if it rains hard enough. It's raining now with 15 laps to go. Here we go, the slipstream on George Russell and Lando Norris. We are passing 2 cars maybe into turn 1 around the outside. Yes, we are. We get past both Lando Norris and George Russell into turn 1 there. That was a great slipstream. And that was a very exciting piece of action there. Pierre Gasly in the Red Bull is up next in 7th place. P8 is our position. Lap 12 out of 26 here in Azerbaijan. And it is actually really raining now, so let's see what happens. It's now coming onto the straight. Now we are actually, racing lines telling us to lift off, so the conditions are indeed getting worse. Now here we go onto the straight. Lando Norris has got DRS available on us. Coming into the straight towards turn 1. And here we go. On the outside goes Lando Norris into turn 1. And there's the Renault going past the Williams and George Russell. But now we defend the inside on Lando Norris there into turn 1. And we keep our position. And then here comes the Renault of, I think, Ricciardo on the inside of Lando Norris there. Yes, it is Ricciardo. Ricciardo is going to go to the inside of Lando Norris. But now Norris is a slipstream on us there. He's now coming onto the straight. It's almost 3 wide. Lando Norris going on the outside into that corner. We're side by side with him, but not quite getting the move there. But now side by side we have to back off there because he's going to squeeze us into the wall. So P10, we have dropped back down to P10 with Lando Norris.
Even though we're seeing cars struggle in these conditions, if we pit for Inters now, we're going to be too slow and we'll burn them out. Make the best of it for the time being.
Jeff says that we shouldn't pit for Inters now. So let's we'll see about that. But the Ripsy's alright right now. We've actually lost a gear there. We went from 3rd to 5th gear, so that was interesting. We actually lost a gear there. That was very. We actually started to have gearbox issues because of the it's like 80% or something. But we're going to go into the wall. That's unfortunate there. Kubica, oh sorry, George Russell was trying to overtake us. And we have outbraked ourselves into the wall, losing our end plate. Alex Albon has overtaken us. So we're going to have a loss of downforce there. All these cars are on the back of us. Our teammate is in the pit lane. We're going to go onto the intermediate tyres now. DRS is disabled as well. As now, we're actually going to have to wait for Albon, and also we are having a front wing change, so it's actually going to get worse. So Albon has just got out of the pits just as we go in, but we're going to have a tyre change with a front wing change. So this is going to be an extra long stop. Intermediates go on, and the new front wing goes on, and this is going to be a 10-second pit stop. 10.7 seconds. We are down to 17th now, behind Kimi Räikkönen and ahead of Lance Stroll. So this has turned into a disaster. So that front wing damage is very, very costly. They're down to 17th. So that's not really ideal for our points finishes. We have actually been in the points in every race. We have had 10th in Australia, 6th in Bahrain, and 9th in China. Doesn't look like we're going to score points today. Now lap 20 of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix, Lance Stroll is all over the back of us now. Into turn 2, Stroll's on the inside. Is he going to take P17 away from us? No, he's not, but on the inside. We actually cut him off there. Hopefully he doesn't have any damage. But now Stroll has got better straight line speed than us, coming down towards turn 3. And is Stroll going to go on the inside? No, he's not. We have beaten him on straight line speed, but now he's going to go to the inside again, and he's off there. Into the wall by us. So now he definitely has damage, unfortunately. Yeah, a pretty stupid move from us. And on lap 20, we're in P17 still. So as I was saying before, we were having gearbox issues in this race because the percentage of the gearbox is about 20% or 80%, 70%. So our gearbox is starting to fail. So we might have to change it next race in Spain, which means we'll have a grid penalty. Anyway, people are in the pits now. DRS failure, amazing. As our people are in the pits now, we are up into 7th place. Was it a good idea to stay out? I have no idea. But Albon has pitted for the Inters. What have the others pitted on for though? We're on the inters, we have stayed out. What have other people gone on to? We have stayed on the inters, we have stayed out. We're gonna try and get those to the end. Yeah, I don't think this is a good idea. We actually people on the wets right now, so we might have just screwed up a race. So wet tires is what everyone is on right now. We still haven't pitted. We wanted to gamble and go to the end on the inters. It's now coming into turn 1, and Albon is in the pits again, sadly. So he has actually made a mistake there by going into the pits for inters. Lando Norris on the inside of us, coming down towards turn 2, and he's going to get it some better traction because on the wet tyres there's better grip right now than the inters. So we have actually made a wrong call and put ourselves on stayed out on the inters. We've actually made the wrong call. George Russell's passed us as well in the Williams, but we have made the wrong call there, staying out on the inters. I did not realise that it was going to go into the wets. So I saw there was heavy rain at the end of the race, but I did not realise it was going to go to the wet tyres at that point, even though there was heavy rain at the end. Like usually in league races I would stay out on the inters when it's a wet track, but no, the AI have pitted for wet, so interesting. Now coming into turn 7, into P8, and now our gearbox has failed. It's failed. Into second gear, we've actually, at this point, when I was driving, I was shifting up, shifting down at that point in the castle section, and it wouldn't shift down because it has an issue. You can see our gearbox is at 84% usage. We're actually shifting up at that point on the controller, but the game would not respond because our gearbox is having a huge problem right now. This could be it for our race. Our race was already bad after we had made the wrong call on the tyres, but this might make us just retire if it keeps going by the next lap. It might just make us retire from this race because it is it's a problem that's affecting my speed on the straight. 5th gear, I'm actually shifting up at that point there when it's revving up, but it's not working because obviously it's failed. So we actually stayed in 7th gear there, and we were at 5,000 revs, even though I was shifting down at that point. So there we go. This is very bad. We have a very bad gearbox problems, and now here comes Alex Albon, our teammate, passing us there with our gearbox issues. That is us out of the points. So we can either finish the race or we can retire. I would think we should retire, to be honest, because our gearbox problems are really costing us, and we're going to lose more positions. There's Magnussen and Raikkonen behind us. We're going to lose even more places, so we even have lost the places to them. So because of the gearbox problems we've just had, we are going to retire, sadly, from this race. It's really unfortunate. We were actually having a decent race up until the point where we damaged our wings, so yeah, it's quite unfortunate for us there that we have to retire in this race. But this has turned into a weird situation. Alfa Romeo has won the race. Lucas Weber takes his first win. I don't know what has happened here, but this is weird. It's very strange. We need to find out. Maybe something has happened with the strategy. But Lucas Weber has won. Nico Hulkenberg second, and the Red Bull of Gasly in third. Also Verstappen retired. So this is really weird what's going on here. This is really strange. However, it is a German one too, so that's good. It's very interesting what has happened here.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings.
So let's see what has happened here. So Lucas Weber is winning the race with 2 stop strategy, and Nico Hulkenberg second with 2 stops. So they've gone for the mediums. They started on the mediums, went to the inters, then went to the wets. And then Gasly, Perez, Bottas, Leclerc, Albon, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Raikkonen, and Butler did 2 stops onto the inters. They did 2 interstints. Then went on to the wets. So basically they did 4 stops, and the guys who won the race did 2 stops. but the guys who were like leading before did 4 stops. So they've done 2 interstits and 2 medium stints. But all the others have done 1 interstint and 1 wet stint. But 2 interstints and 1 wet stint. For the guys who were leading the race before, like Leclerc and Bottas and Hamilton. But Lucas Weber has won this race because he's done 2 less stops. As you can see, I'm pointing at that. 2 less stops. Weber and Hulkenberg have done 2 stops there. And Gasly, Perez, Bottas and Leclerc have done 4 and 5 stops. So this is very interesting, actually, this one. It's been very interesting to see the strategies. Like, they pitted for wets before. So Lucas Weber has won this race with Nico Hulkenberg with the less stops. Pierre Gasly's 3rd. Sergio Perez is 4th, I think, and Bottas is 5th, Leclerc 6th, and Norris, Russell, Kubica, Albon in 10th. His first point of the season. And we retired, sadly, and Max Verstappen was the other retirement, as well as myself. So that's unfortunate for us there. But we are still winning the rivalry against Alex Albon, and we are losing against Lucas Weber, obviously, because he just won the race with that crazy, interesting strategies that happened there. We have 843 resource points after that, even though we like really went badly. I don't know why. Look at that, 11th or better. We finished. We got a team goal for finishing 11th or better. Even though we literally DNF'd from a race. Like, is this game stupid or something? We just retired from a race.
It's been a tough weekend.
Yeah, it's been a tough weekend indeed, sadly. It's sadly been a tough weekend, but now we are starting.
You can see the current deal. Once negotiations begin, the team will make you an offer. You can accept if you like, but I strongly suggest you look for it times.
So we're negotiating a contract right now after round 4 of this season. This is what happened in the other 2 careers, but I wasn't up to that point. So we are actually going to accept a contract of first driver. We're going to promote ourselves to first driver because we're obviously beating Alex Albon. We have like 12 points or 13 points and he has only 1. He got his first point just then.
All that's left is to sign the paperwork. You'll be on this new deal for the next race.
So we are officially the number 1 driver, the first driver in this team, Toro Rosso. And we're beating Alex Albon by quite a bit, so we've just negotiated that contract and we're going to drive on that from Spain onwards. So the Carl says that the whole team is fairly disappointed with how this weekend has gone. Qualifying was a bit of a mess, but the car is working okay, so we're optimistic about good progress. Unfortunately, the race wasn't good either. Let's take some extra time in the next race to work on a setup you're more confident with. We need to see improvements in both single lap and on long runs. So, for some very critical statements from Carl, but I think it was an unlucky weekend, to be honest. Our gearbox failed, and that's why I retired, pretty much. But here we go. That's the end of the career mode race in Baku. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I don't think you would have enjoyed it with my retirement, but see you guys next time for the Spanish Grand Prix. And please like, comment, and subscribe, and click the bell button for the notifications. And goodbye.